Border Buddy Saturday. Patsy here. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make this fun little paper flower from punched flowers that we're going to embellish with a card we're going to be making with this Bordering Bloom stamp set. We're going to be starting out, I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of cardstock here. And I'm going to be using the two-step stamping. I have one of these on one side and the other on the other side. I've got Lost Lagoon is going to be the blue color we're using, and that is going to be the outside of our flower. So I'm just going to ink this up like this. Now I have my cardstock on our grid paper. This comes in big, about 14 by 18 inch sheets, I believe. That's the measurement, but I've cut it down because I really like working on grid paper, especially when I'm going to be lining up something. And I've also found that this little foam mat works really well when using our photopolymer stamps. So I'm going to line this up. I just line my paper up on the grid, and then I can kind of eyeball this and line it up with the grid there, and that is our flower. Now I'm going to take the brown, and I'm going to stamp this on here like this, ink it up. And what I love about the photopolymer stamps is now I can look right through that and see where I want to place my brown stamps. So there we go. It's a really great way of two-stepping when you have these photopolymer stamps. Now for this I wanted to put a little touch of blue on the bottom of this, and so I'm going to apply some snail. And have you ever stamped with people and when you get to their sheet of paper there's glue all over it? Well, these little silicone mats prevent the glue from sticking on the paper, and it only sticks on this. It doesn't stick to your silicone mat. And you can also buy those in the Stampin' Up! Catalog. Everything that I'm showing you here today is available at our online stores. Allison in Canada and me in the US. Anyway, so we have our front of our card like this. Now let's go embellish it with the flower. So I have our triple blossom punch, and I'm going to punch out 2. And some of you know that I had a little tumble last week, so I can't squeeze that punch with my right arm, but I'll squeeze it with my left arm or hand. And what I do with these is I take my bone folder and I just kind of work them with the bone folder like this to loosen up the fibers. Turn it around and do the other thing. If you have a paper crimper left over from the old days, you can run it through your paper crimper a few times. But what happens is it softens up that paper so that you can then pull it apart and you get this very fibrous look. So we're going to do that with that one. Now I pre-pulled some apart because sometimes it can be, finding those edges. And now I'm going to just flip over my mat because I use one side for stamping and one side for punching, and I'm just going to put a hole in here so that I can put a brad through it. Okay, now I have my brad on there, and so I'm just going to plop this down here like this. Maybe I'm going to go over one more. I'm going to stamp my greeting on there, the one that I have pre-stamped here, and all finished. Showing you our great paper flower, simply made with paper. I hope you enjoyed today's Border Buddy Saturday, and be sure and hop over at our blogs, www.stampstodiefor.com in the US, and stamp right over to Allison's at www.stampcrazywithallison in Canada. Hope to see you there. Happy stamping!